score, John Logan's Tony Award-winning Red. Red is set in 1958 as the famous abstract expressionist Mark Rothko, played by Bennett Leeds.
Yeah, Bennett!
Has received the Art World's largest commission to create a series of murals for the Four Seasons restaurant in the new Seagram building in Manhattan. Rothko works under the watchful gaze of his young assistant Ken, played by Brendan George. Woo! Ken is young, smart, and eager about the world of art, and with the threatening presence of a new generation of artists, Rothko faces his greatest challenge yet, to create a definitive work for an extraordinary setting. The scene begins with Rothko storming into his studio while Ken is at work, and he rages over an exhibit that displayed the works of new artists. Working from 9 to 5 days a week, the relationship between the arrogant Mark Rothko and his assistant developed over the course of 2 years. The scene captures the transition of what was formerly basically a master and servant relationship to one that is father and son. Just as a warning, the scene does contain some adult language, and I would like to thank both Bennett and Brendan for their hard work at rehearsals and at Buffalo Wild Wings. Now, prepare to be drenched in red.
They're trying to kill me. I swear to God, they're trying to kill me. Those prosaic insects, those presumptuous, counter-jumping, air-beast sons of bitches. These are my walls. Do you appreciate that? My galleries, my walls. Polluted now, beyond sanitation, beyond hygiene. Like the East River all choked up with garbage. That superficial, meaningless sewage on the walls. The same sacred space of de Kooning and Motherwell and Smith and Newman and Polkin. What is this music?
Chet Baker.
Just when I thought the day couldn't get any worse.
It's jazz.
Like I care. When you pay the rent, you can pick the records.
So, how'd you like the exhibit?
These young artists are out to murder me.
That's kind of extreme.
But not inaccurate.
You really think Jasper Johns is trying to murder you?
Yes.
What about Frank Stella?
Yes.
Robert Rauschenberg?
Yes.
Roy Lichtenstein?
Yeah. Which one is he?
Comic books.
Yes.
Andy Warhol? You sound like an old man.
I am an old man.
Not that.
Today I'm old.
If you say so.
My point is, people like me, my contemporaries, my colleagues, those painters who came up with me, we all had one thing in common. We understood the importance of seriousness.
You're too much.
What?
You heard me.
What did you say to me?
Who are you to call them not serious?
I'll look at their work.
I have.
Not like you usually look at things, like an overeager undergraduate.
I have.
Then what do you see?
Never mind.
No, you look at their work. What do you see?
This moment. Right now.
Oh, and all those flags and comic books and soup cans.
This moment. Right now. And a little bit of tomorrow.
And you think that's good?
It's neither good nor bad, but it's what the people want.
My point exactly.
So art shouldn't be popular at all now?
It shouldn't only be popular.
You may not like it, but nowadays just as many people are genuinely moved by Frank Stella as by Mark Rothko.
That's nonsense.
Don't think so.
You know what the problem is with those painters? It's exactly what you said. They're painting for this moment, right now, and that's all. It's nothing but zeitgeist art. Completely temporal, completely disposable. Like Kleenex.
Like Campbell's soup, like comic books.
You really think that Andy Warhol is going to be hanging in museums in 100 years alongside the Bruegels and the Vermeers?
He's hanging alongside Rothko right now.
Because those goddamn galleries will do anything for money, cater to any wicked taste. That's business, young man, not art.
You ever get tired of telling people what art is?
No, not ever. Until they listen. Better you should tell me, fuck off.
You're just mad because the barbarians are at the gate. And what do you know? People seem to like the barbarians.
Oh, of course they like the barbarians. You know what people like? Happy bright colors. They want things to be pretty. They want things to be beautiful. Jesus Christ. When someone tells me one of these pictures is beautiful, I want to vomit.
What's wrong with...
Pretty, beautiful, nice, fine. That's our life right now. Everything's fine. We put on the funny nose and glasses and sip on the banana peel. The TV makes everything happy, and everyone's laughing all the time. It's also goddamn funny. It's our constitutional right to be amused all the time, isn't it? We're a smirking nation, living under the tyranny of fine. How are you? Fine. How's your day? Fine. How are you feeling? Fine. How'd you like the picture? Fine. Want some dinner? Fine. Well, let me tell you, everything is not fine. How are you? How was your day? How are you feeling? Conflicted, nuanced, troubled, diseased, doomed. I am not fine. We are not fine. We are anything but fine. Oh, look at these pictures. Look at them. You see the dark rectangle, like a doorway, an aperture. Yes, but it's also a gaping mouth, letting out a silent howl of something feral, foul, and primal, and real. Not nice, not fine. Real. Something divine or damned. Something immortal. Something beyond me and beyond now. And whatever it is not pretty, and it is not fine. I am here to stop your heart. Do you understand that? I am here to make you think. I am not here to paint a pretty picture.
So said the Cubist the second before you stomped him to death. Tragic, really, to grow superfluous in your own lifetime, right? The child must banish the father, respect him, but kill him. Isn't that what you said? You guys went after the Cubists and Surrealists, and boy did you love it. And now your time has come, but you don't want to go. Well, exit stage left, Rothko, because pop art has banished abstract expressionism. I only pray to God they have more generosity of spirit than you do, and allow you some dignity as you go. Consider the last gasp of a dying race. Futility. Don't worry, you can always sign menus for money.
How dare you?
Do you know where I live?
What?
Do you know where I live in the city?
No.
Uptown, downtown, Brooklyn?
No.
You know if I'm married?
What?
You know if I'm married? Dating, queer, anything?
What is
2 years I've been working here. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. And still you know nothing about me. You ever once asked me to dinner? Maybe come to your house?
What?
You know I'm a painter, don't you?
I suppose.
No. Answer me. You know I'm a painter?
Yes.
Have you ever once asked to look at my work?
Why should I?
Why should you?
You're an employee. This is about me. This is all about me. You don't like that? Leave. Is that what this is all about? Baby feels wounded, daddy didn't pat him on the head. Mommy didn't give you a hug today.
Stop it.
Don't blame me. I didn't kill them.
Stop it!
Don't find a psychiatrist and quit whining to me about it. Your neediness bores me.
Bores you? Bores you? Christ almighty, try working for you for a living. The talking. Jesus Christ, won't he ever shut up? Titanic self-absorption of a man. You stand there, trying to look so deep, when you're nothing but a solipsistic bully, with your grandiose self-importance, and lectures and auras, and let's look at the goddamn canvas for another few weeks. Let's not paint, let's just look. And the pretension. Jesus Christ, the pretension. I can't imagine any other painter in the history of art that tried so hard to be significant. You know, not everything has to be so important all the time. Not every painting has to rip your guts out and expose your soul. Not everyone wants art that actually hurts. Some people just want a still life, or landscape, or comic book, or soup can, which you might learn if you ever left this goddamn hermetically sealed submarine here, with all the windows shut and no natural light, because natural light isn't even good enough for you. But then nothing is ever good enough for you. Not even the people who buy your paintings. Museums are just mausoleums. Galleries are run by pimps and swindlers. And art collectors are nothing but shallow social climbers. So who is good enough to own your art? Anyone? Maybe the real question is, who's good enough to even see your art? Is it just possible that no one is worthy enough to look at your paintings? That's it, isn't it? We've all been weighed in the balance and have been found wanting. You say you spend your life in search of real human beings, people who can look at your paintings with compassion. But in your heart, you no longer believe those people exist. So you lose faith. So you lose hope. So black swallows red. My friend, I don't think you'd recognize a real human being if he were standing right in front of you. Never mind.
Don't give up so easy.
It's not a game.
You do make one salient point, though not the one that you may think.
Naturally.
I do get sad when I think of how people are going to view my art. If they're going to be unkind. Selling one of these pictures, it's like sending a blind child into a room full of razor blades. It's going to get hurt. And it's never been hurt before. It doesn't know what hurt is. That's why I'm looking to do something different with these. They're less vulnerable somehow, more robust. Some hues from the earth even to give them strength. And they're not alone. They're a series, and they'll always have each other for companionship and protection. And what's more, they're going to a place built just for them. A place of reflection and safety.
A place of contemplation.
Yes.
A place with no distraction.
Yes.
A sacred place.
Yes.
A chapel.
Yes.
Like the Four Seasons restaurant. At least Andy Warhol gets the joke.
No, you don't understand.
It's some fancy restaurant in a big high-rise owned by another rich corporation. What don't I understand?
You don't understand my intention.
Your intention is immaterial. Unless you plan to stand there next to the paintings for the rest of your life, giving lectures, which you probably enjoy. The art has to speak for itself, yes?
Yes, but...
Just admit your hypocrisy. The high priest of modern art is painting a wall in the temple of consumption. You rail against commercialism, but pal, you're taking the money.
I'm not taking the money.
Sure, you can try to kid yourself you're creating some place of holy, contemplative awe. But in reality, you're just decorating the dining room for the super rich. And these things are nothing but the world's most expensive overmantels.
Why do you think I took this commission?
It appealed to your vanity.
How so?
They could have gone to de Kooning. They went to you. It's the flashiest mural commission since the Sistine Chapel.
You would have turned it down?
In a second.
Easy for you to say.
You don't need the money. You don't need the publicity. Why make yourself a hypocrite for the Seagram Corporation?
I didn't enter into this capriciously, you know. I thought about it.
No kidding.
And of course it appealed to my vanity. I'm a human being too. But still, I hesitated. The very same thoughts. Is it immoral? Is it corrupt? Just feeding into the whims of the bourgeoisie. Should I still do it?
No.
I know this place is where the richest bastards in New York are going to come to feed and show off. And I hope to ruin the appetite of every son of a bitch who eats there.
You mentioned this to Seagram's people?
It'd be a compliment if they turned the murals down. They won't. You want a drink?
Sure. I don't know.
What?
I don't know that I believe you.
About what?
About this malicious intent of yours. The old lion still roaring, still trying to provoke, to be relevant, stick to the bourgeoisie. It just doesn't stand.
Too romantic for you?
Too cruel to them. Your paintings aren't weapons. You would never do that to them. Never reduce them like that. Sure, you may have took the commission thinking that way, but then art happened. You can't help it. It's what you do. So now you're stuck. You painted yourself into a corner. Forgive the expression.
No, you're wrong. Their power will transcend the setting. Working together, moving in rhythm, whispering to each other. They're still going to create a place. You think I'm kidding myself? You think this is all